All right, physics, Mr. Moore again. And now we're on unit conversion part 2. Going to get a little bit more detailed here. So let's start with this first one up here, okay? All right. So 3.7 times 10 to the 5th centimeters to kilometers. Now here, if you know what you're doing, you can do a direct conversion from centimeters to kilometers. It's, the centimeters is, times -2, 10 to the -2 meters, and kilometers is 10 to the 3rd. So it's a jump of 10 to the 5th, but that might be a little tough for some of you to do. So until we get to where we can do that, let's just do it very simply. Bring the pen up. Okay, get the line drawn. Hopefully we can do it. No, we're going to do it with 2 jumps here. Okay. So let's start off by putting this here, 3.7 times 10 to the 5th centimeters. Now what we're going to do is we're going to jump through meters first. So we're going to put centimeters down here and then meters up here, because we know that 1 meter is 1 times 10 to the 2nd centimeters. Okay. Now let's make another jump. We're going to go from meters to where we want to go to kilometers, right? And we know that 1 kilometer is 1 times 10 to the 3rd meters. Okay. So let's do our canceling. Meters cancel, centimeters cancel, leaving you with kilometers. And here it's 3.7 times 1 times 1 divided by 1 times 1, so it's 3.7. And it's times 10 to the, well, you got 10 to the 5th up top, and down here, what's 10 squared times 10 to the 3rd is also 10 to the 5th. You've got a 10 to the 5th on the bottom, okay? Now, if you remember your exponent rules, that means you subtract. Here, you got 10 to the 5th up here, you got 10 to the 5th down here, that's 10 to the 0. So 3.7 times 10 to the 0 kilometers, or you could just write 3.7 kilometers. Okay? Now let's do this one here. So you've got kilograms to milligrams, passes through the unit, passes through grams. So we're going to take that into account. Okay, so we're going to do 2 jumps. So let's start off with 5.4 times 10 to the -7th kilograms. Now, I'm going to jump to grams first, and I know 1 kilogram is 1 times 10 to the 3rd grams. And then we're going to make another jump to milligrams from grams. The grams has to be down here to cancel these out. Now, how many milligrams are in a gram? Well, if you look it up, it's 1 times 10 to the 3rd milligrams. Okay. Now, so 1 gram is 1 times 10 to the 3rd. Boom. Grams cancel. Kilograms cancel. So you've got 5.4 times 1. Okay, everything else is a 1. So it's 5.4. You know you're ending up with milligrams. And it's -7 plus 3, and plus 3 gives you a -1. So 5 times 10 to the -1 milligrams. That's how you answer those. Okay, let's make a next one. Now we're going to make it a little bit different. We're introducing seconds and hours. Here you're going to need a calculator. So what I want you to do is pause the video for a moment, try these 2 before I do them, and then start it back up, okay? Okay, if you're back, it means you either didn't pause or you did pause and you went and did the work. Either way, let's keep going. 42 meters per second to the kilometers per hour. So here you've got to do multiple conversions. Now you can look at it differently. You can figure out what way works for you, but so 42 meters per second. Per means it goes on the bottom, okay? Now, the meters I need to change to kilometers. Well, I know we can do that first. So 1 times 10 to the third meters is 1 kilometer. Meters cancel, you now have kilometers, which is what you want. Now we need to change the seconds to hours. Well, we know, let's do it a little bit at a time. We know that 60 seconds is 1 minute, and that 60 minutes is 1 hour, okay? You can do it that way if you choose. Now we have kilometers per hour because the minutes cancel, seconds cancel, meters cancel. So what you do is 42 times 60 times 60. Okay, and it's just divided by 1. Well, it's 1 times 10 to the third, okay? So that's 1,000, or you can do it this way. That's a 10 to the third on the bottom, which means up top it'll be a 10 to the negative third. So this is what you can do. I got 151,200. You can either divide that by 1,000 because, you know, that's 1,000 right there, or you can do this, times 10 to the negative third. Well, that's fine, except it's not in scientific notation. We would want that right there. Now, let's look around. Let's go with let's go with 1 significant digit. So let's make this a 2. So that would be 2 times 10 to the, now we had a negative 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2 times 10 to the second, because that's what I put it right there. So 2 times 10 to the second kilometers per hour. Now, some of what I did there, if you got to remember, when you're moving this way, your exponent goes up. When you move this way, your exponent goes down. So if you move to the left, your exponent goes up. Left, your exponent goes up. To the right, your exponent goes down, okay? And then how did I do the rounding? Well, I've got two significant digits here, but here and here I've only got 1. Now we're going to talk about sig figs later. We'll get there. But so this can only have 1 significant digit. Well, you got 1.5, that rounds up to 2. All right. Now, next, 1.8 miles per hour to meters per second. Okay, here we go. 1.8 miles per hour. That's miles, by the way. I want to change that to meters per second. Well, here we go. 1 mile is 1.6 times 10. Oh, I'm doing it on the wrong place. See, even teachers mess up. I'm doing it on the bottom, and it needs to be on the top. Here. 1 mile is 1.6 times 10 to the third meters. There, I've changed it to meters. Now let's change hours to seconds. Well, 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Or, since we're in scientific notation mode, 3.6 times 10 to the third seconds. Hours are gone, miles are gone, leave you with meters per second. Now, if you look here, this 10 to the third and that 10 to the third cancel out. That's good. So what we've got left is 1.8 times 1.6 divided by 3.6, which is 0.8. So 0.8 meters per second, which is 8 times 10 to the negative 1 meters per second. All right, now last page. What I want you to do is do these two, try to do these two on your own. Now, gallons to liters, I will tell you real quick that 1 gallon is 3.79 liters, okay? 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. Now, what I want you to do is to actually do the work here. So you're going to draw your unit conversion thing here and here, and you're going to do the work, okay? I will discuss the answers to these during our next Google Meet. But right now, I want you to do those and then get those done, and then also do the assignment that is attached for unit conversion 2. Okay?